Hello students. So here as we have learned another two classes about this sixth lesson, now I am preparing this third uh, video related to the town traders and craft persons. So now just focus on the PPT I am showing here, the textbook only I am showing itself here. So because some of the words and some of the informations has to be followed as per the textbook, so that's why I am taking this one. Okay, so now I am going to be shown the textbook onwards. So just focus on the textbook and let's continue the lesson. Okay, so here as per that the traders big and small, how the traders are. So they are basically the many kinds of the traders we could see it, so that including banjaras. So what is banjaras? So that we are going to learn in the seventh lesson. So basically banjaras are they are moving from one place to another place. Okay, so that trading business they were doing, that we are going to mainly they are going to learn in the next lesson. So here the several traders, especially horse traders, and formed associations with headed by the who negotiated their behalves with the warriors who bought horses. So this is very important. So headed by the negotiated, so this is very important. So they are followed by one of the head will be maintained, that okay, like that it was been carried. So here since the traders had to pass through the which one, many kingdoms and forest. So what they were doing, usually they were using the travel in the caravans. You know that caravans means it is completely covered, okay, and protected things. So here and also be they formed guilds, so that protect their interest. So some association they formed that, so based on that they were protecting that. So and also there were several such uh, guides, okay, in the southern India from 18th century onwards, and most of the being the Manigramam and Nanadeshi. So these were all the one of the example for this one, the famous what is that, guides. So here basically these guides traded with extensively in the both in a peninsular land and South Asia and China. So we could remember that during the period of the 8th century, these people had the contact with the Southeast Asia and China. Okay, so from there the trading with the China it's commenced. So there were communities like the Chettiyars and Marwari Oswal. These were the communities like Chettiwar and Marwari Oswal, who went to become the principal trading group of the country. This is very important. They are so still we could say that Marwadis, we are going to say that Marwari. So this is one kind of the tradition it's going to be followed. So they are all the principal trading group of the country. Okay, so Gujarati traders, including the communities of the Hindus, Hindu Baniyas and Muslim Bohar, so traded extensively with the ports of the Red Sea. Okay, so Persian Gulf, East Africa, Southeast Asia and China. This what they were selling there, they were selling textiles and spices in these ports. Why? Because the European countries or other Central Asians were fond of the Indian spices and the textiles. So that's why they were mainly exchanging. So they're exchanging and bought gold and ivory from the Africa. Ivory means what? That is some of the what is that? The hard creamy white modified dentate that compose the tusk, okay, or tusked mammal. So which was the older tusk, okay, that elephant, we can give the example that elephant tusk. So that one they were purchasing that. So and also we spices, tin, Chinese blue pottery, and silver from Southeast Asia and China. So these are all they were going to be purchasing from there, and they were mainly they were selling their textiles and spices. Okay, in the order of that they were receiving or they were bought the gold, ivory, those things. So here the town on the west coast were home of the Arab, Persian, China or Chinese, Jewish and Syrian Christians traders. So what it is, it's very important here children, it is a home of Arab because from this place only they were moving to the country, other countries. So here Indian spices and the cloth sold in the Red Sea fort were purchased by the Italian traders, and even they were selling there, they were purchasing here for the low cost and they were selling for the highest cost there. So the profit they were making in a multiple. So the fetching very high profit there. This is very important. They were fetching very high profits. So spices grown in the tropical climate, so such as pepper, like that, so became an important part of the European cooking. So before that they were not using much kind of the spices. Okay, so here when it is exported from there, from the peninsula land, peninsula means India, so then usually they started to use it in a commonly in their countries. And also we cotton cloths. Okay, so it's very important, so they were started to use this one. So this is about that how it is influenced in the European traders or European countries. So then the craft persons, so we are going to be see that the craft persons, the craft person in town. So craft persons of Bidar were some of the fame for that the inlay work. You could see that there is one of the what is that, bronze and with a black overlay. So this is how the design has given that. You could see that the design which is that this mark, this is how they have done this. So this is shows that how they have used their skill. So this is called as that Bidri. Okay, this is called as Bidri. So because it's mainly it's formed in a Bidar, so that tradition or the art, it was called as a Bidri art. Okay, so it mainly they were using that copper and silver. They were inlaying work, it's going to be called that. So the Panchalas or Vishwakarma, Panchalas or Vishwakarma, presently this community it is there, so their work it is the same thing only. Consist of goldsmiths, okay, bronzesmith, blacksmiths, masons, carpenters. Okay, yes, these are all going to be called as that Vishwakarmas or Panchalas. So they are busy with this, like this craft works. Okay, and also they also played a very important role in the construction of the palace, temple, big buildings, tanks, reservoirs. Okay, so such as, and also with some of the carts, wherever the kings and other rich people who wanted to be travel from one place to another place, no, so that the carving and everything they were usually that Panchalas or Vishwakarma were busy with that. So similarly weavers also be, some of the weavers we could see that Saliyar, so this is Kaikolars, it's going to be called that. So they are also be busy with that in the one of the kind of the Saliyar we are going to call that. So that means it's the name of the weavers, the community name is the Saliyas. So this there also be prepare some of the work to making the weaving, and also be cloth making like the cotton, rich cotton and ordinary cotton for the common people. Okay, spinning, dyeing. So this was the major work they were doing that. Okay, so here we could see that one of the shawl it has been given that. So this is a cloth work how the this Saliyas or Kaikolas for preparing this. So this is that how the design. Okay, so this is a shawl at home, you can see that if you have that. So this is designs will be that. So this pattern of the one of the community or one of the region they were preparing this. So this is one of the important thing. So now it is a closer look to the Hampi and Masalipattanam, okay, and also be another Surat. So these will be explained you in the next class. Okay, thank you children.